So they're going to have to trap the Americans in Iran, encircle them, and cut off their supply lines and force a negotiated surrender. Okay, that's the optimal strategy of the Iranians. So why would the Americans be lured into attacking Iran on Iran's terms? Well, there's a concept in geopolitics, in political science, called the escalation ladder. The idea of the escalation ladder is that before a full-blown war can start, there has to be a certain process of escalation. And in this theory, the Americans have something called escalation dominance, which means that the Americans can always choose to use nuclear weapons if they feel they are losing this war. They are the hegemon. They are the global hegemon, and the Iranians are the underdog. So in theory, what they teach you in political science is that the hegemon has the advantage of escalation dominance. What I want to show you today is actually this theory doesn't really work, because escalation dominance, what it does is it forces you into reactions that may be against your best interests. So let me use a metaphor. Let's just say there's a bully in a high school, and he's been bullying people for a year now, and he's the biggest guy in the school. He's really mean, and everyone's afraid of him. He has a reputation for being a thug, and that's why he's able to accomplish what he wants to accomplish. Now let's just say that you're half his size. You want to start a fight with him. Well, you would think that would be against your advantage. But one advantage that you have in this fight is you can control the terms of engagement. You can calibrate your actions in order to elicit responses that are to the detriment of the bully. Okay, so what I mean by that is, if the bully punches you, well, you have options. You can choose to go to the principal. You can choose to not do anything, or you can choose to fight back. Okay, you have some options. But if you were to punch the bully would have actually no choice but to punch you back. If he relents, if he compromises, then he loses all credibility in the school. So he has absolutely no choice in the matter but to punch you back, and punch you back harder than you punched him. And what this means is there are ways for you to calibrate your attack so that the bully is trapped. Okay, so for example, you might say some bad things about him behind his back, then he responds. And anyway, the point of the matter is, even though the bully is supposed to be the stronger player, he's forced by his reputation to respond in a certain way that you can control and calibrate. Same situation here with Iran versus the United States. The United States is a global hegemon. If Iran were to close off the Strait of Hormuz, if it were to attack Saudi Arabia, if it were to attack American bases in the Middle East, then the Americans must respond in a way that demonstrates escalation dominance. Okay, and so by slowly and methodically and steadily provoking the Americans in a way that seems fair and reasonable, then Iran can slowly force the Americans into evading Iran. Okay, it's going to be a gradual process, but the Iranians can do this.